they have to find a way to somehow limit the best face-off man in the game, TD Ierlan. He's taken a lot of draws the last 2 games, and this is a tough turnaround, but he is a game changer like no other in this sport.
Face-offs are unique to lacrosse, to start all quarters and after goals, and he wins 76% of them, okay? He's whistle ready, super quick, he controls the clamp with great technique, power and balance from his days as a high school wrestler, the exit and scoops. Biggest news of the offseason was his transfer from Albany. And you look at his history in the NCAA tournament this year versus what has been a pretty easy regular season for him.
A young man who did take a lot of heat on social media after announcing his transfer from Albany. Yale beat Albany in the semifinals last year. He then joins the Bulldogs, and now a win away from a national championship. Andy Shea, second straight championship game appearance, looking to lead Yale to its second. 23 in white, the freshman Petey Lasalla. We saw ice-cold nerves from him in the semis against Duke. He'll have to go against TD Ierlan today at the Faceoff X. Down the stretch, the last 2 games, he's played like a first-team All-American.
This is a new galaxy for him. He's got to show improvement over the game. Virginia's advantage, though, the wingers, Jared Connors and Ryan Conrad in white, 2 of the best in the game.
Officials.
I got good numbers all the way around. All you. Put the back foot back off the line, White.
Hand off the midline.
Yep.
Move back to backhand.
Yep. Get your helmet out, White. Get your helmet out, White. Get it out.
Stay off them.
TD Ierlan wins the opening face-off of his championship game. Ierlan, a Tewaaraton Award finalist. That is the highest individual honor in college lacrosse.
Far out you want them to cover a particular shooter.
Ierlan able to win the face-off again. Absorbs contact, gets it out to Brandow.
Up on the first one, the second one won the clamp. A lot relies on the wing play for the guys in white here. They have to make it a 3v3 game.
Virginia head coach Lars Tiffany told us they want to wear TD Ierlan out. Now Lasalla. Virginia as the higher seed in the home white. Yale in the road blues. Eli's the defending champions, looking for their second title in program history. They won it last year. Virginia has won it 5 times, the last in 2011.
Quarter will open up. Trevor Baptiste won more face-offs than any other player in college lacrosse history. He stays at Denver. Trevor, what are you seeing at the face-off X?
You know, I think Petey Lasalla is doing a great job battling with TD Ierlan. You know, he's scrapping with him. He's making it really tough for him to not get clean face-off wins, and that's huge. And like you mentioned before, they're doing a great job in the ride where they're gaining an edge back. They're getting more possessions through that because they know TD is a great competitor.
We're going to have more from Trevor throughout the game. Also at the half, Paul Rabel's going to join Paul and I, so stick around, everybody. We got a great lacrosse game here in HQ.
Cotter standing next to Trevor Baptiste. He was not the most jacked guy in the room for once.
Cotter, he looks like Clark Kent today. What Avenger pair would that duo be? Baptiste and Cotter.
And Thanos.
Good to go, Hans.
Okay, come on down, man.
Justin Schwenk will take the second quarter face-off for Virginia.
Right helmet.
TD Ierlan still on there for Yale. We mentioned earlier, Ierlan took 39 face-offs on Saturday. He took 40 the week before in the quarters. And Virginia's won 3 of 5 at the X. I go back to what Andy Shea told us before the quarterfinal game against Penn. He said it tight. He had 10 goals during championship weekend. Looks like the sword in the darkness. He could be a member of the Night's Watch. Or as Clark likes to say, the Undertaker.
He established that. He likes the Undertaker better.
Virginia making Yale work on these face-offs, and now Yale.
Michael plays smash mouth lacrosse. He'll barrel into you.
Chance here for Yale. TD Ierlan's shot is off the mark. Ierlan won the face-off. He's got 6 goals for Virginia. against Petey Ierlan. Yale has won 4 of 7. Make it 5 of 8. Ierlan, one of 5 finalists for the Heisman of lacrosse, the Tewaaraton. It's never gone to a face-off man. And Notre Dame and Army.
Pull out, pull out, pull out.
Petey Lasalla not shying away from this matchup. Lasalla to the cage! No stage too big for the freshman.
Whistle ready. Excellent rotation. The way he uses his body to shield off T.D. Ierlan and then handling the ball while running full speed. We talked about it earlier. Don't label him the typical Fogo because he can stay on and make things happen. An excellent high school running back. Strong lower body. I mean, he's got calves and quads. Powerful. He was the lowest ranked member of Virginia's class at the beginning of the season. Where do you think he stands now?
He's been the most significant freshman on this team. He's become the primary face-off guy. And by the way, that Virginia freshman class, #1 in the country. But the coaches and the players told us, for a freshman, there's no sense of, hey, this is a semifinal, this is a championship game. He's cold-blooded in that aspect of this sport, and that stick on that sideline, that's the last gift from father to son. And you think of how Virginia's won so many of these games during this postseason run. You know, the sentimental part of you wonders, right?
Rest. Not so much today. After Saturday's performance, late in that second half, you just felt like he might be wearing down a little bit. Gerard Arceri from Penn State was admirable, fighting with Ierlan at the X, but the battle today is a little different. Petey Lasalla, for a freshman. I've been watching this kid come in and out of huddles. It's amazing how calm and cool he is. I mean, you feel like you need to check this kid's pulse. This moment is not too big for this freshman, not a chance.
2 goals in the first half, a season low for Yale. A team that came into this game averaging almost 20 goals per game in this NCAA tournament. Second half face-off, Petey Lasalla for Virginia against Petey Ierlan, the best in the country for Yale. Ierlan wins the first face-off of the second half, and that's the reason you don't count out Yale down 4. Danigelis off that face-off win, and Yale strikes less than 30 seconds into the second half.
It's about as good as it gets if you're a Yale fan. Face-off scrap. TD carries in and sees the trailer. It's a 5-on-4 delayed fast break. Danigelis with the high heat. It's a big senior from Long Island. He's outstanding in transition.
Lone captain for Yale, Danigelis. But TD with the dish. We saw it Saturday. He made a beautiful pass late in that game against Penn State to create a Yale goal. And this time, back at the X. Can Yale get the momentum and make it take it?
Get the hands off the plastic.
A former high school quarterback, a two-way midfielder. He had a hat trick in the quarters. Face-off violation on Virginia. Ierlan assisted on that last goal. 2 goals in the first 30 minutes for Yale. 2 goals in 1 minute and 9 seconds here in the third. And Ierlan wins the face-off, and this is what makes Yale so dangerous. Well, he had it, but secondary pressure, Virginia now. Conrad! Sudden change for UVA. I was just about to say, Yale playing make it, take it. But they came after Ierlan and Conrad, one of the best middies in the game, maybe the best middie, makes it 7-4.
The importance of ground balls. The wingers scrap. 22 and White, the best in the game. He causes the turnover, the scoop, the sprint, the celebrate. All his skills on display.
And look who's at the face-off X for Yale right now. It's the freshman Joe Newman. A little change-up now for the Elis. It'll be Schwenk for Virginia. Maybe giving Lasalla and Ierlan a blow. Newman's been pretty good, 70% this year. Schwenk's at 54%. And both locked in a stalemate. Schwenk wins it for Virginia, then lost it. Newman picks it up. That might have been a push with possession. Virginia may have gotten away with it.
Newman fell too late. He was stumbling, kept his feet. If he fell right away, that would have been a push with possession.
And that Ierlan and Lasalla back at the X.
Pull out, don't hit him on the ground. Stay off.
The intensity meter has picked up in this championship game early in the third. And Yale able to salvage this possession despite the errant pass. Has 8 of the 9 goals.
I was just going to say, like, who wouldn't take that 5, right? You talk to any coach in the country, they'll take those big 5, but I'll tell you what, it's the plays in the middle of the field and guys like Petey Lasalla who are offsetting that.
Lasalla, his second! Yale had a couple of quick strikes to get it to 6-4, and a 4-0 Virginia blitz has followed.
This kid's unbelievable. The last member of the freshman class from a recruiting standpoint has the biggest impact on the biggest game since 2011 for the Virginia Cavaliers. This kid's amazing. Ice in his veins, down the heart of the defense. Count it, Petey.
Strong two-handed cradle. He does a great job of looking off the point man. Just, gives him a hint. I may throw it to my left. He doesn't. And then releases it before getting destroyed.
4 goals in 3:39. And now Schwenk comes out for the face-off for Virginia against Ierlan. Yale's won 11 of 16, but 2 face-off wins have led directly to Virginia goals.
Pull out.
And this is what Schwenk is in here to do, just tie up and wear out Petey Ierlan.
Let's go, both of you.
It becomes a scrum. And Eschbach emerges for Yale against this Valkyrian ride of Virginia. And now a flag coming, so Yale will go man up. Eschbach looking to feed to Gaudet. Outstanding FCS football team out there. 7 of the last 8 national titles. Yale, the defending champions in lacrosse. They got to 6-4 early in this third quarter. Virginia has responded with a 5-0 run. At the end of the third, Matt Brandow to make it 11-5. And Eli's team that had averaged almost 20 goals per game in this tournament has been held in check. Petey Ierlan, though, gives them a chance. He wins the faceoff. Ierlan cranks, shoots, saved by Rode. What we've seen today, Quint, we rarely see when teams play Yale. Virginia's been the book.
Together had huge parties in Philadelphia over the weekend for the parents and the families of the Cavaliers, but from a physical standpoint, this guy can shoot with tons of pressure on him. You can pound his bottom hand. He's still going to let it rip.
20 face-offs, but Kark, it feels like those numbers don't tell the whole story.
They don't, and a lot of the wins for Yale had to come from behind too often. They've made games interesting, having big leads, so this is uncharted territory for this team.
Let's see if Petey Ierlan can bring Yale back. He wins the face-off. Yale has won 11 of 12 draws in this second half. The 7th of this tournament, a new tournament record, one better than the 2006 undefeated Virginia team.
Next play mentality. Right now, all you're thinking about as a player.
And Virginia wins the faceoff. They've got 20 seconds to get it across before that shot clock hits. His dad, Brad, watching from above. There has been some magic during this postseason run. That is undeniable. They've come back all season, but the message that Lars shared with us yesterday was something his dad told him when he was little. Swing first. Virginia did that today. They played from ahead. It'll belong to Virginia, and all they have to do is run out the clock.